Welcome to the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. We feature destination races from across the country. And after the race, we take you on a tour of the best local food and beverage to celebrate. So whether you are an elite runner or a back of the packer like us, you'll know the best places to accomplish, explore, and indulge on your next runcation. Hey, welcome to the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. This is Quick Bite number 79, and I'm your host, Amy.
And I'm your co-host, Dana. Quick Bite being a snack-sized, fun-sized, shorter version of our weekly podcast, because sometimes we go to places and we have so much stuff that we find it's just too much to put in one episode. So this is going to be perfect if you just want something quick to listen to, maybe while you're running to the store or getting your morning coffee ready, whatever the case may be. But we'll be in and out real quick, hence the name.
Quick Bite.
Quick Bite.
Yeah.
And we are still on island time for this.
Oh, so on island time. There were so many great places. And
in
some
Key
of
West.
them. In Key West, of course. Island, yes, the island you refer to as Key West. Some of these places that were fabulous that we couldn't jam-pack the episode with last weekend when we went to run that 5K, that Hemingway Sunset paddleboard and 5K run.
And to be clear, we did not paddleboard.
We didn't paddleboard. We visited a lot of places that had delicious food that were not on the main drag of Duval.
No, it's real easy when you go to Key West to be overwhelmed by the selection that is there on Duval Street. And by all means,
And they're great.
Check them out.
Yeah.
You can make several days of just strolling up and down Duval, going into shops and restaurants and bars. It's a fantastic way to kill a couple of days in the islands, and you will find some fantastic food. That said, if you have the time and the wherewithal to get off of Duval Street,
Just a little bit.
and you don't even have to go real far,
No.
you're going to find some really neat places that are tucked away that are just absolute hidden gems down there in Key West. And we're going to talk about one today that we found on Southard Street, 425 Southard Street to be exact. And it's this little place called Frita's Cuban Burger Cafe.
Yes. And when you hear cafe, you might think, oh, you walk into a little quaint place and it's fancy and well appointed. But let me tell you, this place, I think, could have been featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
And we say that in a good way.
Yeah, both for the amazing food, wonderful people who own and operate this place, but also because from the outside, I mean, it just looks like it could be a dive.
Well, I think it's fair to call this place a dive. And
Yes.
and I say that with the utmost respect for
Yes.
the amazing food that we had.
This is not a dig on them
No.
in any way.
It's a tiny little white house that's got a walk-up counter right on the sidewalk. The door's wide open. When you go inside, it's a super eclectic decor that's just very unassuming, kind of out there.
Yeah, I mean, there was like a piano behind me where we sat, and it had like a skull, and it wasn't a working piano. It was not. But, well, I don't know. I hit the keys and nothing happened.
Okay, then it didn't work.
Yeah, and there were lots of reds and yellows. I mean, like the colors were super vibrant in there. And then attached to that was Frita's garden.
There's a little outdoor garden / patio with some outdoor seating, which effectively doubles the seating of this place. And then on the patio is the food truck.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the other half of the kitchen. They got a little bit of a kitchen in the house. They got the food truck out there doing, I think, all the real hot cooking.
Right.
And they are churning out some amazing food that you, A, wouldn't expect when you're looking at this place, and B, you might not even know what the heck a Cuban burger is.
Yeah, we just wandered right in here just to check it out. And we ran into 4 guys who were eating there for the second time in 2 days.
And they were vacationers from South Africa coming there by way of London, and they said this place was amazing, so good that they had to come back
twice.
Yeah. So how could you say no?
Oh, and listen, the hot dog was amazing. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself though because we were really hot.
Yeah, it was hot, mid to upper 90s.
Very
day,
humid.
So we had to get something to cool off with. So we started with house sangria.
Yes, and it was red sangria, and there were all sorts of fruits in there. I mean, it seemed like we had apple in there, pineapple.
I think some pineapple for sweetness.
And it wasn't really a super dry red sangria.
No. Very fruity, very sweet, perfect over ice.
Yeah. It was great.
And you really couldn't go wrong in those temperatures.
And it was huge. I mean, the cup was huge.
Yeah, they gave us, I think, a 20 or 22 ounce plastic cup.
I mean, it was huge.
Really big serving and great value. I mean, I think that was under $5.
I think you're right.
For the
As I recall.
sangria. But you got the Cuban hot dog, which I didn't know was such a thing.
I did.
And I got the Cuban burger, also not knowing that there was such a thing.
And it's unique. It's not just a simple burger patty.
Well, tell us about,
right?
You talk about yours. I'll talk about mine.
Okay. Well, I mean.
Tell us about your hot dog.
Yours looked amazing.
It was amazing.
My hot dog, oh my God. It's like, I don't know if I can do the accent.
Don't do an accent.
No. I think you roll the R's, don't you?
Yes.
Perro, no, or something like that. Cuban hot dog. And listen, oh my goodness. It's a hot dog with melted cheese and what they call Frita's chili sauce, chopped onion, crispy fried julienne potatoes, like those straws. And it was wrapped in a crusty Cuban roll. I can't even call it a regular hot dog bun.
No.
Oh. And the flavors, like the Spanish spices, and it was not super spicy. That's not what I mean, but like the richness of flavor in that, and the crispiness of the potatoes. And the Cuban bread was not really hard. It was crusty on the outside and soft on the inside.
As it should be.
So it could stand up to all of the toppings inside with the hot dog.
And let me say, the potatoes that are julienne on top, a lot of places cheat and they use like prepackaged French fried potato sticks to put those on as a garnish. That's very common. You'll see that in a lot of Cuban restaurants. They were making theirs fresh.
Yeah.
They were doing the potatoes right there and then cooking them and putting those right on hot. So it was a fantastic garnish and it added like an extra layer of crunchiness to your dog.
And the chili was not, when they say the chili sauce, it wasn't even really a chili sauce to me. It was kind of like a layer of spicy Spanish burger chili, like almost like a patty of chili.
Okay.
On top of the dog. Do you know what I mean?
I do, because initially I thought that it was coming with a burger patty on the dog.
And that's what it looked like, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah. It added so much flavor, and that was a unique hot dog that I've never had all those flavors together on a hot dog before.
Yeah, very unique options for a hot dog. Yeah. And I can say the same thing for the burger, because I went with the traditional burger, which they describe as a beef and pork patty, so a nice combination of meats there, seasoned with garlic and Spanish spices, topped with onions, Frita sauce, and crowned with crispy fried house julienne potatoes, and put on a freshly baked Cuban roll. Again, it's on that fantastic crunchy Cuban bread. This is a thin patty.
It wasn't a super thin Cuban, like on the Cuban sandwich, though, was it?
What do you mean?
The bread.
Well, the bread is. I would say that the bread is closer to Cuban bread than anything else.
It wasn't super thin though.
No.
It stood up to the top.
Absolutely, but I mean, it's got that crunchy crustiness of Cuban bread that is so good, and I'll just eat Cuban bread with butter. But this stood up to the burger. The burger patty was juicy. The seasonings were perfect. And again, those crunchy fried potatoes on top were just such a neat option. And if you've ever done it yourself, like maybe you've grabbed a handful of French fries and thrown them on your burger, kind of like that, but crunchier.
Yeah.
Because they weren't thick enough to be French fries.
They were super thin.
Or if you've ever put potato chips on your burger, it's kind of like that. It added that little extra layer of salty, crunchy goodness that was just perfect. And I added one of the options for cheeses.
Yes.
I had them add manchego cheese to my burger. And that is, I think, the secret ingredient there. Manchego cheese. You could put it on a car bumper. It's going to make that thing taste good. This on this burger was just next level delicious. So fantastic burger, fantastic dog.
Yes, incredible. And it was really hard to decide because the menu items, when you look at the menu, there's so much there that you could try. Mouth watering. I mean, I want to go back and I want to try that pressed s'more on a Cuban.
Yeah, they have some really interesting options. They also have a really fantastic sounding pineapple mango salad that you can get with shrimp, and I'd love to try like that fruity salad with greens, avocado, pineapple, queso fresco, and then Key West pinks on top of that. Oh, that would be killer if you're looking for something light and cool and refreshing. But anyway, this is a place. Get off of Duval the next time you're down in Key West. Do some exploration. Look for Fritas. Check it out.
Oh, she was so great too. The owner. The owner.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
Yeah, she was so sweet. She hugged us.
So check this place out. Give them some love. You will not be disappointed in anything that you get there. And
service, food, all worth it.
This would be a great place to consider if you've had a long night of enjoying Duval. Head there in the morning, the next day, and get something delicious on that fresh baked Cuban bread they're talking about.
For your hangover recovery, should you need that.
Should you need that, yeah. Can't recommend them enough.
Yeah, yeah. So that is just one place for this quick bite, number 79 from Key West. But stay tuned for more because, we couldn't get enough of the great eats there in Key West. So for now, I'm Amy.
And I'm Dana.
Hey, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. We're having a great third year because of your support. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Run, Eat, Drink Podcast. And on Twitter, we're at Run, Eat, Drink Pod. You can also give us a call at 941-677-2733 or shoot us an email at info@runeatdrink.net. Visit our website at runeatdrink.net and click on the subscribe link so you don't miss a minute. Accomplish, explore, and indulge right along with us. We'll talk to you next time.